Hello, how's it going everyone? Back again for another episode, and here I am on my beach, right after planting some of these saplings over there I think, but I don't fully remember. Anyways, what we've got here is a inventory that is distinctly lacking torches. That means I'll craft some out of the sticks that I have. I also see some need for additional pickaxes as well. I'll craft them by placing the recipe just like so, with some cobblestone on top. This will allow me to craft maybe, honestly, as many as I want, or as many as I have inventory space for, but I'll craft maybe additional 6 pickaxes or so. That means now I'm ready for yet another floor of digging, the dungeon floor, which another, like the upcoming floor that I'm gonna start digging right now, or more like in the next minute, is going to be floor number 14. The previous one 13. The previous one was 13, I mean. That means if you're using if you're just counting numbers, after 13 goes 14, and here it is, the floor 13. We've got a problem here though. I have not completely dug this one, so that means, oh, hold on just a second there. Seems like we have approached the end of the staircase. Now I'll have to turn around and go the other way. Yep, that's exactly what will need to happen. Not only that, that means I have to remove this entire side of the staircase, because you see how there's only space for one block. It's very narrow because there's only has been one block dug through it. But the staircase usually, at least what I'm doing here, has 2 blocks of space. Yeah, seems like I'll have to get to digging, but not the hallways, more like this. Okay, it shouldn't be too much of a problem, but how do we proceed with this? This is where I left off. First of all, without thinking too much, let's just dig without too much thinking. I can see that I'll need to dig these ones anyway, so let's go and dig to the bottom of the current staircase. Then we'll see what else we can do. This means that I'll have to climb up after digging each of these blocks, each of these block layers, or block, I don't know, I'm not sure how to really express myself here, but I think I know a better idea. I shouldn't be digging like this. I should be digging layer by layer and not go straight down like I just did right now. That was rather not smart. Yeah, I shouldn't be even using rather here. It was just not the smartest thing to do. Now I'll fix that mistake by, as I mentioned, digging layer by layer. That should fix what I've been doing wrong. My pickaxe has broke, so that there is no fixing that, at least. Oh, that's a block of coal. We'll take that. Seems like that's about it. Nothing else besides that. So we'll continue on our way with digging the good old cobblestone. Cobblestone is definitely the cornerstone of every dungeon, so you cannot really avoid it. It's just there to remind you that you are in fact in the dungeon, and you will be staying here for quite a while. Well, depending on how much you want to dig, but since the game is about digging, well, not exactly. It's also about crafting, building, but also digging. You cannot really craft without digging unless you're playing on creative mode, where you can choose whatever material you want to build off. But I really went off the rails here, talking about these relatively irrelevant things. We should focus on the work at hand, which is currently digging through cobblestone blocks, as well as picking up these torches that fell from the blocks themselves. Hey, look at that. We've got some coal. That's not bad. What else do we have? Just a single block of coal? Once again, this coal is almost taunting me with these single block deposits of coal. Wow, what's this? It's good that it's very nice that I was not standing on that block, because under it there was nothing except empty space, which means if you were standing on it and then dug right below you, you would have fell. It wasn't too high, too much of a height, maybe a few blocks, 3 or 4 blocks. If I'm correct in assuming that, I think 3 or 4 blocks fall is not enough to do any HP of damage. I think so, but I am not entirely sure how high do you need to, how many blocks do you need for any damage to occur. Maybe 6 or 7, possibly even 10. It could be that even without 10 you would not experience any negative effects from that. It's going good. I'm digging layer by layer here, as well as breaking pickaxe by pickaxe. I think I've broke maybe 3 today. Wow, that was close. Did you see that? I almost fell, since there was nothing under this block. Very strange, but it's fine though. We're gonna continue along on our merry way, and hopefully this can get done quickly. There is no more blocks above me, so that's a good sign. There are, but it's a staircase, so this is supposed to be there. The staircase we will obviously leave, since this is what you use to climb up and down the dungeon and enter whichever floor you want, but everything else has to go, obviously. Along the way, seems like I'm finding some coal. Now it's more than just 1 block. We've got 4 or so, we may possibly even find more than that later on. But for now it's just a few blocks here and there. We'll take those, since we still have to dig through all of this anyway, so there is no problem with that. I'm not even sure. Oh, I'm not that close to the bottom. I will still need to dig for at least a few more minutes, if not more than that, and then get to digging the new staircase. I mean, extending the staircase. Now I'm just removing the excess blocks. These are not essential to remove, but for aesthetic purposes it's what I'm doing, so that the staircase area feels a bit more roomy. There is more room for just walking around, looking around and seeing all the things, whereas if I have left everything as it was, it may have been a bit too stuffy for my taste. So that's what I'm doing right now, exactly that, removing all the excess blocks over here. I have climbed up on the other side of this cobblestone, removing this as well, since we have quite a lot of it over here. But I should be coming to an end of this. Oh, maybe not yet. I was a bit too hopeful, it seems. But still, I should be able to finish at least this part of the staircase by the end of today, if I do not run out of pickaxes. I still have 6 of them. I think that's fine. That's perfectly enough. 6 pickaxes, 10 minutes or so. That means 1 pickaxe goes for... I mean, you get up roughly 2 pickaxes for a minute? Is that so? No. 1 pickaxe for 2 minutes. Roughly. Yeah, I think that's correct. Anyway, do I even have to dig this though? This part, do I dig it? Yeah, absolutely. I need to dig everything that's not a staircase. Everything around it that is not a staircase. Therefore, that means, yeah, this as well. Not only that, but this also, like all of this and this, up until here. Wow, that's a lot of work. That is gonna be a lot of work. So I thought that I could just go on and begin with the new floor, but seems like I'm gonna be taking possibly even a few days here, if not more, just removing all of these blocks so the new staircase can be placed and the brand new floors can be opened. Yeah, that's gonna be a process. I was under the impression that, hey, maybe this is going to be fast. I'm just gonna go in here and a few seconds here and there and done. Wow, I can see some empty space over there. I wonder if that's a dungeon, or did I just dig before over there? So I just must have left some sort of dug through dungeon, no, empty space or something like that. We'll check it out later if we run into it again, and I probably will. But I'm not gonna go exploring the dungeons. This is, I guess, the choice that I've made. I'm not going to just go exploring. Instead, I'm gonna let the dungeon come to me, and then whenever I go digging the floors, it can just show what the dungeon got. So maybe iron, possibly gravel and sand. I still am yet to find iron, but just saying, in the future, maybe. Oh, this seems like I've been here before. This is probably not a dungeon, but not sure. Let's just cover it up, since this will look better that way. And then, if it gets opened again, I can just close it yet again with some cobblestone that I've got plenty of. Honestly, my inventory is very clean comparatively to what it usually is. So I definitely have plenty of space to dig a lot more cobblestone than I have right now. I don't know. Let's continue on though and see how many more layers can we dig through today. You know, this looks like I should be stopping here, but as I mentioned, this is not even it. I still have to go all the way over there. That means the amount of cobblestone that I have to dig through in here is ridiculous. So many torches that have been just dropped to the ground here. I'll pick those up, definitely have a use for them later. Though one good thing here is, even if I remove those torches over to this side, the ones in the floor, the ones that are in the floor still provide light through the gaps over here. That means I do not need to worry about illumination after I remove all of the excess torches that are placed onto this side. Seems like the process is going quite slowly, but definitely not bad. Since I have prepared myself quite well, I've crafted torches as well as plenty of pickaxes. I do not need to stop and craft anything, any additional stuff. Wow, what's this? We've got sand. That's I wouldn't say unusual, but definitely rarer than cobblestone. I'll say that. Oh look, another block of coal. That was just a single block, and today really wasn't the perfect day in terms of how many coal blocks that I have found. I would say I haven't found many at all. Seems like this area is not very plentiful in terms of coal, but definitely so in terms of cobblestone, which could be said for probably almost any area. If you are in a dungeon, cobblestone, as I mentioned, is everywhere. Yeah, this is gonna take probably multiple days. Where are we even? Oh, I'm pretty close to the bottom of the staircase, at least to the current bottom of the staircase. It's obviously most likely going to go deeper than it is right now, but we'll still, you know, so far this is the deepest end of it. That means that is just as much as I've seen for now. The 13th floor is the pretty much the last point that I have been digging at. But as soon as I'm done with this area of the staircase, we'll be able to begin with all new floor. It will most likely be somewhere around here, maybe here the entrance should be, but right now I cannot say. Oh no, maybe not. This could have to be much deeper than that. I mean, not much, but that's 1, 2, 3. I would need to go roughly 4 blocks deeper than this, the glass doors over here. That means it's gonna be over here somewhere. Yeah, gonna be interesting to see. But now I think I'm approaching some quite deep, I mean, I'm pretty deep in the dungeon right now, so can't wait to see my first iron blocks. But as someone mentioned before, it's probably going to be only after 100 or so blocks into the dungeon, which I am nowhere near of. I am maybe possibly halfway in, roughly something like that, but definitely still not close to it, if that's the case. But it's kind of strange to me, because I feel like I've been digging for a very long time, so having iron would have been very welcome. Where do I continue digging, I wonder? Ah yes, this one seems fine. It would be very welcome to see my first iron blocks, but the longer you wait, the better it is after you find it. So definitely looking forward to that. We'll see when we can see our first blocks of iron. For now, have to patiently wait, and maybe it's gonna come at some point. Not now yet. Now I'm just digging through cobblestone and placing torches so I can somehow see where I'm digging. because it really gets dark whenever you don't place a torch for a while. Let's dig this layer. Hey, I am on my last 2 pickaxes. That's funny. Seems like I was digging for quite a long time today. But yeah, this is it for today. Let's continue tomorrow.